What? Another securities fraud warning? Now, before we get started, make sure you like, share, subscribe, click that bell icon so every time we get a new video, you'll be notified right away. And also in the description box below and first pinned comment, I have 2 steps. Step 1, visit my website, themillionairedrive.com. If you'll learn how to build a profitable business online step by step, where you never have to worry about fraud warnings or exit scams or anything like that. Step by step on how to build a profitable business. Visit my website, themillionairedrive.com. And step 2 is join my Facebook group where I provide a ton of value. All you have to do is answer 3 questions and I will approve you. So let's look into this. HyperFund got another fraud warning. And this time it's in Guernsey. Guernsey is like an island that's, I think it's a 45-minute flight from the UK. And it looks like Guernsey Financial Services Commission decided on October 6th, 2021 to give their consumers a warning. So the commission has been notified that investment is being promoted in the above named entity by non-licensed individuals in Guernsey. The purpose of this notice is to advise that the HyperFund is not licensed, authorized, or in any way regulated by the Commission for the conduct of any financial services business in the bailiwick of Guernsey. The Commission also wishes to emphasize that dealing in financial service products with non-licensed persons can lead to total loss of investment with no access to the Channel Islands Financial Ombudsman Scheme. The Commission recommends that the people check their regulatory status of a company before making an investment and reminds residents to only deal with properly licensed businesses. So it looks like they have both their websites. This one, I'm not even sure if this even works still. Let's see, the HyperFund Online. No, so not sure why that's on there, but this one works. This is their official website, the HyperFund.com. So it looks like there has been 2 fraud warnings, and this is unfortunate because a lot of people believe HyperFund is legitimate. But if they were legit, why are these countries giving out fraud warnings? Now, at this time, HyperFund is paying out, so that's good. They haven't exit scammed on anybody. But the question is, how much longer can HyperFund go with these regulators starting to close in on them? So, this is just the beginning of the regulators. Usually, like, one happens, another one follows suit, and it kind of just snowballs into many. And I have certain people told me that the actual owners of this company have fled to Dubai because you can do anything you want in Dubai, I guess. But not sure if it's because the securities regulators are on them now. They just want to get busted by some government because in Dubai it doesn't look like they care over there. You can promote any Ponzi you want over there. But anyway, this is another warning to HyperFund. I'm not saying they're gonna exit scam now, but doesn't look good on them. Guernsey decided to slam the hammer on them on the whole regulatory thing, and it's just going to be one after the other. I think it was a couple of weeks ago where I actually posted. Let me just double check to see when did that happen. That happened 3 weeks ago. No, that was in India. Oh wait, there's more. I almost forgot. So I did one in India, this investigation for HyperFund, and then New Zealand was the latest one that decided to throw the whole securities thing on them. So 2 countries in a row decided to, within weeks of each other, and it looks like it's just going to pick up more steam. So if I were you, I would, especially if you're an affiliate or you are invested in this, you need to start thinking about, when will HyperFund exit scam? I'm not saying that it's going to exit scam like soon, but you got to be smart about it. You got to protect yourself. None of these things last forever. You know, BitConnect, UCI Tech, all these companies, Borox, you know, they looked like they were gonna last forever, and they ended up exit scamming. Well, BitConnect was more the government. The SEC went after them, and then went after all their top earners. So I mean, again, if the SEC gets involved with HyperFund, then there's gonna be problems 100%, because they don't just give out a warning. They sometimes, most of the time, they just go after them, especially if there are U.S. citizens being targeted, and there are, because HyperFund is telling them to get a VPN. But anyway, I just want to report on what I saw. This is on October 6, 2021. Again, I'm just a messenger. Don't shoot the messenger. This is legit news that this happened. I'm not trying to throw FUD on HyperFund. I'm just reporting on what is happening. So from here, you can decide. Actually, if you're an affiliate, I'm doing you a favor. If I keep reporting on this and you feel like HyperFund is getting smashed by all these regulators, you know the end is coming for them then, right? So if I post a video about HyperFund like in a couple of days from now saying that, oh, they got another securities fraud warning, then a week after that another securities fraud warning, that's a warning to you all. So like, don't hate on me because I'm posting this stuff. I'm doing you a favor. I'm showing you what is happening, and eventually, unfortunately, companies like this will go under. It's just a matter of time. It's always about how big they get. HyperFund is getting pretty big now. They used to be Hyper Capital. That didn't really, I guess, stick too long, and then they went with HyperFund, and then with HyperFund, that brand, that name is actually getting very, very big, and to the point where governments are noticing them, and they're not, registered to offer any kind of financial services. And unfortunately, we got to follow the government's rules because they can put you in jail. I know there's gonna be people on this post saying, you know what, the government, they're a big Ponzi, which, you know, I agree. I don't really like what the government does either. But until there's a new system in place, we have to kind of follow those rules, right? So I'm not like, oh, you gotta follow the government and that you have to. No, we have to, because you'll go to jail if you don't. That's what it is. Like, I agree with the whole fact that when the government offers these securities like banks and stuff, they're a Ponzi scheme. They can lend up to 90%. Like, for example, banks can lend 90% more than what the bank has in cash. So you are getting paid. So you're paying interest on money that doesn't even exist, really. So yes, I agree. The system is busted, and I'm nothing against crypto. It's just at this time, you have to be careful when it comes to these things. Not so much if you're just investing, you're not recruiting anybody, but if you're like a top earner, if a SEC goes after that company, you might be in trouble. So this is a warning. I'm just reporting the news. Like, this company is a Ponzi scheme too, just like the banks and all that. So it is what it is. It's just one's allowed and one isn't allowed, even though it doesn't make any sense. But with the banks, at least, they're not going to exit scam on you. That's the one thing. Companies like this exit scam all the time. So I'm invested in. I don't invest anything into banks anyway. They just give you peanuts for interest. So I'm in crypto and all that stuff. So like, I'm pro all that. As long as you're careful about it, you do your due diligence. But HyperFund it's not going in the right direction. That's all I have to say. So that's it for this video. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, click that bell icon so every time I bring out a new video, you'll be notified right away. And also in the description box below and first pinned comment, I have 2 steps. Step 1, visit my website, themillionairedrive.com, if you want to learn how to build a profitable business online where you're in 100% control. And if you do it right, once you have launched your online business, once you have optimized your online business and scaled it, it honestly just takes 2-3 emails a day to run that business. And obviously that whole phase, those phases I was talking about, does take time. But once you've done it, you know, it is pretty passive. I mean, you can spend 10-15 minutes a day sending out emails, especially if you know how to send out emails and what type of emails, because we're going to teach all that. So everything we're going to teach over the shoulder. So if you want to learn how to do all that, visit my website, themillionairejob.com. And step 2 is join my Facebook group, where I provide a ton of value. All you have to do is answer a few questions, and I will approve you. So that's it for this video. I'll see you in the next one. Take care, buddy.